Hello, welcome to our boxing predictions fight. This is Canelo Alvarez for Gennady Golovkin. So on May 5th, Canelo Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez will finally face off in a highly anticipated rematch of their last year fight. It's for the WBA, IBF and Ring Magazine and IBO middleweight titles. I think the WBC belt will be on the line, but I'm not sure at this current point. Of course, this fight was highly controversial due to the scorecard of Adelaide Bird, as it was really like the way I would describe it was really like unorthodox. It just didn't make any sense. I watched the fight the day after it was live, and it was a very close fight there. But both fighters had their moments. But I thought Gennady Golovkin just edged it. I wouldn't say it was a shutout because Canelo Alvarez was in the fight. I wouldn't say like every single round, but he had his moments. More at the beginning of the fight, Golovkin walked through Canelo Alvarez's best shots. Alvarez's tactics sometimes weren't great because he's on the ropes, and I didn't think that was helping him. As if he became a stationary target, Golovkin had the advantage. Golovkin did look slightly old, but I wouldn't say it damaged his performance. I just think now that he's had a lot of hard fights, especially against Canelo Alvarez and Danny Jacobs as well, which was last year. He didn't get obviously a knockout win that he normally had. He had like a number of like knockouts. It was like a record, I think. And of course, Golovkin is the current WBA, WC, IBF, IBO middleweight title holder. Canelo Alvarez, I think, is still the Ring Magazine middleweight title holder as well. So once that comes together, whoever wins, say Golovkin wins, will be undisputed, but. No, he won't be undisputed, but unified middleweight champion. Of course, he has to capture the WBO belt from Billy Joe Saunders. But back to the rematch. When it does happen, I think if Alvarez is more active and he just goes after Golovkin for a lot longer than he did in the first fight, I think it would be a lot more straightforward for him and he could get the victory. Golovkin, I'm not really sure what else he can really bring. I listened to various boxing podcasts on my iPod. And I'm not sure what one exactly he said because I listened to a lot of them. But one of them said, what is Golovkin really going to show that he didn't show in the first fight, which is a really good point. Golovkin, of course, is one of the great middleweight fighters that I've seen in the last number of years, devastating power and so forth. But of course, like I said, he's getting older. He's not, like I say, 25 years old. I think he's like mid-30s now. I think he's 35, maybe 36. Could be wrong in that point. What is Golovkin really going to bring to this next fight that he didn't show us in the first fight? He was tough. He was always in the fight. He had good stamina. He had good punches. He was effective. Yeah, it wasn't the best performance of his career because obviously the old Golovkin would have gone for the kill and blast out Alvarez within a couple of rounds if he had his way back in a couple of years before. People say time is a factor as well. By the time this fight goes around, it'll be middle of the year. Could he have aged? But you never know. There's a lot of fighters that get to their sort of tail end of their career and they still bring out world-class performances. Look at Bernard Hopkins. He was ridiculously old, like in his mid-40s, and he was still going against high-level opposition, top-quality opposition as well, in world title fights, and still putting away the doubters and winning the fights where he technically shouldn't have won, probably just because of his age. So if Golovkin this time round is more active and I think puts more pressure on Alvarez and doesn't let him move about, and if he can pin him to the ropes and throw the shots he needs to throw without I guess how do I say it, without not hesitation, just try and be the Golovkin of like a couple of years ago, because I know it might be harder just to say because I'm just a person talking in front of a camera, but if he can do that and somehow find the younger Golovkin from a couple of years ago, I think it would be a lot easier fight for him. Knockout wise, not really sure. Alvarez is a tough fighter. He's not going to go down really easy, so it could be a 12-round decision, could be a late stoppage, who knows. Can I see Alvarez knocking out Golovkin? I don't see it, only because of people have seen it by now, the combination clips or the small clips of the Golovkin first fight. Alvarez hit him with some flush shots and Golovkin just took him like they were nothing. So I don't think he can get the knockout. Alvarez is a top quality puncher. He's got a high volume count as well. One of the best punchers I've seen in the last couple of years in terms of picking his shots, the fluency, and the connection and the power as well and the speed, all this put together, is a top quality puncher. But I don't think he has the correct amount of power to knock out Golovkin. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Put your comments down below as well what you think. If Alvarez wins, I think Billy Joe Saunders is going to get the much anticipated fight he's been wanting for the last couple of years, or longer than that, whatever he says. If Golovkin wins, I do think he'll go up against Joe Saunders. Like I said, if Alvarez wins, it could be the same thing. There'll still be a number of wild titles on the line for the Joe Saunders fight if he does want that. I think they have expressed before that they want to fight Billy Joe Saunders after this fight it's been completed. Who knows, it could be another controversial fight and they could do a third fight. Highly unlikely, because a lot of people have gone 50-50 on the first fight. A lot of people say Alvarez, a lot of people say Golovkin. It all depends on how you saw it. Everyone's going to have a different opinion, but I do think this fight will show a clear winner. There won't be any problems with the judges this time around. That's just what I think. What do you think in the comments down below? It's going to be a great fight. Hope everyone can watch it on May 5th, and I'll see you in my next video.